NASCAR Cup Series qualifying is officially concluded for Martinsville Speedway, and Christopher Bell has won his first pole of 2025. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. As I just said a second ago, NASCAR Cup Series qualifying is officially concluded for Martinsville Speedway, and Christopher Bell has won his first Cup pole of 2025. This is also 14th career Cup Series pole for Christopher Bell. Massive congratulations to Christopher Bell. Considering Christopher Bell had some pretty solid speed in practice, I think he had the second fastest car in practice earlier today, but I wasn't sure because Bell has been up and down, especially in the next gen era at this track. He's had some good runs, but also hasn't had the best runs at the track. But we know that Christopher Bell also has not been the fastest in qualifying so far. Bell has not started in the top 10, I believe, at all this year, so I think this is a massive turnaround for the driver of the number 20 car because we know he's been really fast in the races, but he hasn't qualified up front. Now he's going to have the chance and opportunity to lead the field to the green, and I think that's a really big, dangerous thing for the field because if Bell's on it and they're fast, it's going to be something you're going to have to watch out for because every time Christopher Bell qualifies very, very well, he tends to do very strong in the races. So I expect Bell to be a major factor for the win tomorrow. I like the speed that I saw from the number 20 team. They looked really good in practice, had really good speed as well. Congratulations to Christopher Bell on winning his first Cup pole of 2025 and also his 14th career NASCAR Cup pole. He's starting to get up there on the poles at this point, but congrats to Bell on winning the pole. So now we're going to talk about all the top qualifiers in NASCAR Cup qualifying and talk about some notable drivers who's starting in the back. So Christopher Bell won the pole. Chase Elliott qualified second. So close to getting that first pole of the season, but really good speed for the number 9 team. Chase had really good speed in practice as well, especially on the long run. This team's been up and down. They've probably been the 4th team at Hendrick this year, which isn't bad considering he's 6th in the points. But after a little bit of a not great run at Homestead, this is a really good confidence booster. Of course, he was really strong in the race last year here in the fall. Elliott will start on the front row. Good job for Chase Elliott. Alex Bowman qualifies third. Continues his really strong start to the season. Bowman came very, very close to winning last week at Homestead. He's been historically really good at Martinsville. Won a course back in 2021. Love the speed from the number 48 car. He'll be starting third. Great job for Alex Bowman. Kyle Larson qualifies 4th. Doesn't win the pole like the last time we were here in the spring, but really, really good speed from the driver. The 5 Larson had some pretty solid long run speed, especially. I think he was the 5th or 6th fastest car overall in practice today. He'll be starting inside the top 5, coming off winning his first race of the year. Good job for him. He'll be starting in 4th. Denny Hamlin qualifies 5th. Had a good run at Homestead last week, finishing in the top 10. Starting inside the top 5, Hamlin's been really good with these tire races where the tires matter quite a bit on the long run. He'll be starting in 5th, gets himself a top 5 starting spot. Chris Buescher qualifies 6th. He has not qualified very well, so this is definitely really, really surprising for the driver number 17. This could be something that the field should be worried about because he's finished up front a lot of these races, but hasn't qualified very well. He'll be starting 6th. Good speed from the driver, the 17. Joe Logano qualifies 7th, a little bit down on the speed charts, unfortunately, but Logano does have a really fast car. I think on the long run, he'll have to be one to watch out for. Pretty good at Martinsville historically. Still looking for his first top 10 finish of the season to the first 6 or 7 race of the year. He'll be starting in 7th. Bubba Wallace qualifies 8th. Bubba probably about the worst he was all weekend so far, considering Bubba Wallace, in my opinion, may have the best car, especially on the short run and the long run. This 23 team's been on a roll. I thought he'd have a chance and opportunity to win the pole, but I think he's going to be a factor to win the race tomorrow. The speed from the 23 teams look really, really good. I've been impressed with the speed they've shown this year, coming off finishing in the top 5 at Homestead. Fantastic job for Bubba. He'll be starting inside the top 10. Tyler Reddick qualified 9th. Wasn't really good in practice, so major turnaround with their qualifying time, and will start inside the top 10 in 9th place. Really good job for Tyler Reddick starting inside the top 10, because he's not been great at this track. And William Byron qualifies 10th. Weakest of the Hendrick drivers, but not too far off his team. It's only about a 1/10 of a mile an hour off what Larson had, so still really solid for Byron. Was really close on the time charts. Good job for Byron to start inside the top 10, looking for a turnaround after finishing 12th, but he'll start inside the top 10 and 10th. Chase Briscoe qualified 11th. Not too bad, but not too great, but not a bad starting spot. He can work with that and get himself a really good finish. Kyle Busch qualified 12th. Want to talk about him for a second. Decent speed from the RCR team. The fact that Kyle Busch qualified in top 15 this time around tells me that this team is at least getting a little bit better. They've shown more speed. Homestead wasn't great for them, but I feel like they're starting to get that confidence again. They showed solid speed in practice at times. The 6th fastest car or the 10th or 11th fastest car in practice, and they qualified 12th. Not a bad job for Kyle. Seems like his team's headed toward the right direction. Ty Gibbs qualified 13th, about where he qualified last week. We'll see if he can maintain that because he hasn't been able to maintain that speed so far this year. He's going to have some work to do in the race, but if he can maintain that and have the speed like he had on the long run, I think he'd have a chance to run really well. Josh Gray qualifies 14th. Not bad for him. I think he'll work with that and get to the front because he had good long run speed. Michael McDowell qualifies 15th. John Nemechek qualifies 16th. Ross Chastain qualifies 17th. The best of the Trackhouse cars. Thought he qualified a little better than that, but at least the top 20 starting spot for the Trackhouse driver. Austin Dillon qualifies 18th. Zane Smith qualified 19th. Austin Cindric qualified 20th. Ryan Preece qualified 21st. He had a good lap going, but he messed up in qualifying and lost an opportunity, a great starting spot. I think he has a better car than where he qualified. He'll be starting in 21st. Cole Custer qualified 22nd, not bad for Custer. 23rd for AJ Allmendinger. 24th for Noah Gragson. 25th starting spot for Todd Gillen. Daniel Suarez qualified 26th. Not surprised with that, to be honest, considering Suarez has been up and down at this track in the past. Brad Keselowski qualified 27th. Again, a little bit surprised with the lack of speed from the 6 car. They're not really turning the corner. A little bit concerning for Brad. Ty Dillon qualified 28th. Carson Osmar qualified 29th, and Justin Haley qualified in 30th. 31st qualifying spot for Eric Jones. Ryan Blaney with a really disappointing 32nd starting spot. However, I think Blaney will be a factor to win, despite the fact he's starting pretty far back. I actually have confidence that Blaney will get up there by the end of the race. His car was really, really good on the long run. The 30 to 40 lap average had really, really good speed. He'll be starting in the back, though, have some work to do, but I think he'll get up there. Shane Van Gisbergen qualified 33rd. He had really good speed in practice, especially on the short run, so I think he will move toward the front, but a little disappointing with the qualifying run, to be honest. But I think he qualified pretty bad last time, and he finished inside the top 15, so I think he'll have a chance to get a top 20 before the race is over, because I think he had really good speed on the short run. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. qualified 34th. Riley Hurts, once again with the bad qualifying run, he'll start 35th. 36th for Cody Ware. Casey Mears will start 37th. Good to see him back in the Cup Series. He's trying to reach 500 starts. Not terrible time, all things considered, for Mears. And then Burt Myers making his points-paying debut. He will start in 38th place in the race tomorrow. So now let's talk about some of the reactions from qualifying and talk about the drivers who are really good in some of the storylines. One big storyline we're going to be watching is the weather. There's some weather in the forecast, unfortunately, for tomorrow's NASCAR Cup Series race. There's a chance the race could get rain delayed. There's also a chance the weather could change throughout time. The weather has been improving, I will say, over the course of the last couple of days. It's been going down from about 50 to 60% down to 35%. So I think the chance of getting this race in are very likely, but we also could have rain tires. So it's one thing to watch out for. It could change the complexion. But looking at the drivers that are really strong. Bubba Wallace, really good speed. All 400 drivers. Chase Elliott, William Byron, Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, all very fast. Josh Berry, really good on the long run. And Ryan Blaney, also very, very good on the long run as well. I also think that Denny Hamlin has good long run speed as well. I think a lot of those guys that are really good at saving their tires and knowing how to manage their stuff, I think those are the guys that are going to be up front contending for the win, because I think there's going to be a lot of long runs. This is going to have a very big complexion. Of course, it's not a 500-lap race. It's a 400-lap event, so it is going to be interesting to see how it plays out, but I think you're going to have to watch out for Bubba Wallace. He's really, really good, and I think he may be the fastest car, especially on the short run. Keep an eye on the 23s. I think he's going to be very fast in the Cup Series race, and I think the tire fall-off is going to be something to watch, which I think will make the race very exciting and fun. So, that is going to be it for NASCAR reactions to NASCAR Cup Series qualifying from Martinsville. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's go below that and comment your thoughts below on today's episode. What are thoughts in NASCAR Cup Series qualifying? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and congratulate Chris Ball on winning his first pole of 2025. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In a couple hours from now, you're going to see reactions to NASCAR Xfinity Series race from Martinsville Speedway. Then tomorrow, you're going to see the starting lineup video for the Cookout 400, and you're also going to see reactions to the Cup race and probably a Shane Van Gisbergen video as well, depending on his performance. And then, of course, on Monday, we're going to have a NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple of days. We got some new throwbacks to look at. We've got some stuff to talk about in regards to Jesse Love to talk about as well. And we've got some other good content around people like Haley Deegan, SVG, Carl, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Connor Zillage, Eric Almirola, Junior Motorsports, Dodge, Honda, all that good stuff. Connor Zillage, Carson Quaffle, Sam Mayer, Sheldon Creed, you name it. There's a lot of really awesome and good content coming out. We're going to have a silly season prediction dropping very soon on the channel. We also are going to be doing a silly season update here in the not so distant future once we start hearing some conversations on that very, very soon. And there's a throwback video coming as well, looking at all the great throwbacks for this week, so upcoming race at Darlington. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.